Hello, can you believe we are 1 week away from RLCS Worlds? Let's take a look at who is grinding the most ranked 2v2s in NA versus EU. It might be interesting, and who's has the most matches of this season might also surprise you. So these stats are going to start on June 18th, which is when Season 19 came out, and I pulled them on September 3rd. So that is 1 week out from competition still. So first, let's talk about Karmian Core and do all of EU. We've got Atto. I've got the tracker showing that he's done 961 matches. I think I'm pointing in the right direction. If I'm not, ignore me. 961, so he's the most for K-Core. Vatira is on 818. And Drali is on 743. So 961, 818, 743. Pretty decent showing from the event favorites. Dignitas. Stizzy's on 964. Jack's on 869. And Jorius is on 361. Now, I don't know why Jorius is playing so much. Maybe he was playing so little. Maybe he was on vacation or something, but he has less than half the matches of his teammates. Now, if you're a teammate here in this situation, how do you feel about that? Just throwing it out there. Vitality. Apologies for the poor logo quality. We've got 957 for Zen, 755 for Monkey Moon, and 662 for Exotic. Now, also, I know that these tracker numbers aren't perfect, but that's kind of showing Zen has the most games this season. For GK, we have one of the most impressive stats here. Joyo, 1,320 ranked games of 2. He has been absolutely grinding this game like crazy. And you can see his MMR is not even that much higher, but he's just been playing a lot. So 1320. His next closest teammate is Oli with 582. His next closest teammate literally has not even half as many matches as him. Archie is at 571. So Archie and Oli are about the same. Now, Ninjas in Pajamas. Let's talk last chance qualifiers. Nas has 1,088, so above the 1,000 mark. Sorry, I'm coughing. Oski has 962, and Radosin has 913. So they're all on the grind. 1,088, 962, 913. Ninjas in Pajamas is grinding. NRG, let's start talking about these NA teams. Beast Mode, number 1 on his team with 725 matches. Daniel with 627 matches. And Atomic with 569. So not as many for NRG, but they're also not known to grind ranked or play as much ranked as these other teams. Especially Daniel has a reputation for being a big-time free play user. Ultimates. LJ putting up monster numbers. 1,128 2v2 matches for him. Chronic 621, so about half as much as LJ. And First Killer 482. A little bit lower as well. So LJ is putting in more matches than his teammates combined. Space Station Gaming. Scribbles grinding 1,220 matches. His teammates Kofer 735. Reveal 729. So Scribbles putting in a lot of work on 2v2. He's 1220, so only about 100 off from Joyo. Gen G Mobile 1. Cheese with 1,022. Magic Bear with 703. And Justin with 474. So Justin, as you would expect, less hours than his two younger teammates, I guess. I don't know how else to put that. Shopify Rebellion. Wavy, 942. Reddles, 711. And Two Piece, 472. Two Piece, I think most of us want to see this number go up without being too obsessed with his MMR or his ranking. I want to see more from Two Piece in ranked here based on performances. I think I'll be a little bit critical of him having significantly less matches than his teammates. So, Who's playing the most? Number 1, Joyo had the most matches at 1320. Scribbles was in second at 1220. Then LJ at 1128. So it's like 1320, 1220, 1120. And then Nas at 1088 and Cheese at 1022. So 2 EU players, 3 NA players. Kind of interesting, right? Because you would think, hey, NA doesn't grind ranked. Well, let's look at the aggregates of these teams. Who is playing the most 2v2? Now, I've got it ranked in the order from what we looked at, but obviously this is not ranked from top to bottom. At the number 1 spot on average 2v2 matches for this season, you have Ninjas and Pajamas at 987. That means all 3 of them are playing a lot of ranked and are grinding the game. After that, the next best team is Space Station Gaming with 894, so literally 100 back from the top team. And then after that is Carmine Core. Now, GK is close because Joyo's got the most, but his 2 teammates aren't playing as much, so that lowers the average. The team with the least amount of 2v2 show matches is NRG. Not super surprising, but it is something that we look at and it's like, man, shouldn't this team be like at least in the 700s to match some of these other teams? Like NRG is last place, then it's Shopify, then it's Dignitas, then it's Gen.G. Like, come on, NRG. Like, don't you think their coach should be telling them to play more 2v2? I don't know. It's tough to say because obviously what they do works very well and they're very talented players. And I don't know. I mean, all these pro players are going to be affected by DDoSers too, so I don't buy the excuse that some are getting more DDoS than others. I think as a fan, I would like to see NRG put in more 2v2 matches to keep these players kind of at the top of their capabilities and keep them feeling technically fluid. So how does that look overall? Well, there's the total match count for NA versus EU, and that does break down to about a 90 match difference when you average all the EU players versus all the NA players. So yes, EU players do more 2v2 ranked leading up 1 week out. Now, like I said, since we're 1 week out, we don't know how much NA is going to grind now that a lot of these teams are boot camping in Europe and have officially landed over there. But just something interesting to look at. If you guys thought this was a cool video, please let me know and I can do Mina versus Sam or look at some of the other regions teams. I just did NA versus EU because it's kind of a consistent talking point. Thank you so much for all the support. If you didn't see the top 20 ranking video that I posted on this channel with me and Belair going through our top 20s for teams for Worlds, please check that out. It'll probably be the suggested video here at the end. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for all the support. And yeah, we're less than a week away from Worlds. Take care.